OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods. I know you guys are probably asking yourselves, who gave this nigga the right to write a Bible? But if we all look past the lies and false teachers of the men that portray themselves to be the powers that be and seek the truth, our lives just as well as all that lives lives of Bible. No matter what man-made religion we believe in, just being true to thy Lord within ourselves will bring us peace. It's gonna be alright, cause in hell, we can't win the war between good and evil without being truthful to the powers that be.
Hood, hierarchy, mob dad. Every single episode, man, we gonna give them a little background.
I know how I feel because I've been through that 1,000 times.
Lovely ghetto you, beautiful ghetto you, sweet ghetto.
We made so much doing that. I started taking that money throwing the concerts.
It's your boy, Project Pata. Hood hierarchy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, man, if it ain't in the hood, man, it ain't on here.
Hey, this your boy Mario Cannon, man. You rocking with Hood Hierarchy. You already know what's going down.
Team Pretty P stand up. It's a wrap. Tune in.
It's Deli Dale. And whenever I got time and I'm relaxing and I'm chilling, I don't give a damn if I'm laying in the bed with you. I'm checking out Hood Hierarchy. And it's just that simple, just that easy.
It's 7 Up, man, straight from Brooklyn. I want y'all to check my boy out, Uncle Beast, Hood Hierarchy. The dopest interviews, the dopest content, the dopest platform, straight from Chi-Town, man. You know what it is, man. We representing Uncle Beast, Hood Hierarchy. That's the highest of prestige. Get it? You already know. That's on game. You heard?
Well, I was saying this the one and only HD president, Mr. Bow Bow Bow. This is Hood Hierarchy checking in. I'm signing out. HD4, bow, bow, bow.
Hey Uncle Beats, it's Maya sending you a big congratulations on your 100th episode of Hood Hierarchy.
Church, preach, tabernacle. It's the only way we gonna get any action. Uncle Beats, I gotta tell you, man, you've been having a good year. Continue to chase money and not hold. All right now.
Death, streets, and murder in my city, you were knocked off. Blow back, got my mind right. Ghetto soldier about to put in work. Major moves in this dope game. Step ain't sipping, main dessert. Then all of a sudden, my life changed. Never testified for them people. Learn the dope game and went to war. Never disrespect, we all equal. Now I'm selling dope, you did. Got bank accounts, you did. Got credit cards, money accounts, expensive things, you did. I got EINs, you did. Tax IDs, you did. Master plans, I got an army, man. Don't ask me twice, you did. Ghetto soldiers for life, you dig. We sacrifice, had to pay the price. Never sold a soul, you dig.
Execute with the mindset on the business to the finish. Ain't no lacking, no slacking the crew. Gotta do it, that's a fashion. Get it up this for the team all the time. What it do on the ground with the crew like you never knew we be at it. Respect it. We done been up in it and connected. Flexing on a mission to get it and check it. Gotta have a vision if you're rolling with the section. Anybody in the way of getting it connected. You gotta know the deal with the goal. We the whole thing, half of the battle. You gotta know it's cold, man. I done got the hit on the hit of the gon' hit him with the tool. Courtesy of that. Us before me gang all day, every day. All money stay solid. Pick Lord, never only you did. What it with his show body, put it on the thug body. We gotta represent what it is.
We love the game, you dig. Ghetto soldiers for life, you dig. We sacrifice, had to pay the price. Never sold a soul, you dig. Keep the games with me, you dig.
You know my tail record niggas hanging with me. The gang is with me. And if you running up, I'ma aim to 50. The Chi-Town baby gotta claim a 50. Yeah. And I don't wanna be a po nigga, so I'm on the go trying to get a little dough nigga. I got money, but I need a little more, so you know I'm on the block with gorillas and they go get it. And I'm ready for anybody approaching. Anybody that won't woe, they getting toasted. Anybody that won't beef, I got it roasted. And I got the shooters around, I keep them posted. Yeah, so I stay up on my bed. Rapping is a hobby, but I work it like a gig. I love the game and I respect the game, and I never sell my soul to get rich. You dig?
Love the game, you dig. Get a soldier for life, you dig. We sacrifice, had to pay the price. Never sold a soul, you dig. Keep the games with me, you dig. Keep the bangers with me, you dig. We love the game, respect the game, it'll never change, you dig.
You did. You can't even imagine all the shit I done did. I've been GDing since I was a motherfucking kid. Went from gangster disciple to growth and development. With these niggas get wet trying to test my intelligence. Y'all irrelevant trying to go against bad guy nuts before me. My nigga Shop ID and K-D, you the B. Your favorite rapper, everybody know me, the OG. Heavily protected and well respected out from these streets. Well connected up with the mob, nigga. It's all good, nigga. Daygo wood, nigga. That's my hood, nigga. You dig?
Get a soldier for life, you dig. We sacrifice, had to pay the price. Never sold a soul, you dig. Keep the games with me, you dig. Keep the bangers with me, you dig. We love the game, respect the game, it'll never change, you dig.
My joke with you, no plan. If you run up on me, I'm spraying. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you owe me money, you paying. That F and N get the poppin'. I guarantee my eye dropping. I got a hustle game, I hustle man. You wouldn't believe the way that I'm copping. I thought a couple of niggas was straight G's, but they ratted me out for that cheese. Watch what you do, cause niggas fool. They talk to 12 about keys. These niggas alive, but I ain't living. They got some feeling like they winning. I won't change it. Gang, gang. I love the game and I win it.
We love the game, you dig. Get a soldier for life, you dig. We sacrifice, had to pay the price. Never sold a soul, you dig. Keep the games with me, you dig. Keep the bangers with me, you dig. We love the game, respect the game, it'll never change, you dig.
F&G shit. Shout
Big homie Trey Boogie.
We sliding. Sliding in the rentals, trying to run the milli up. In the southeast, Trey Boogie been a plug. Rubber bands on the blues, hella panoramic views. If you get into it with the squad, you can never lose. It's on the flow like Yellow Rider. I got your vibe on her toes like nail polish. In the city, we get respected from everybody. You about to pull up on Trey Boogie, now let's chop. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. Got it wet, it's not a cut. Ain't worried about what nobody else got, cause I got enough. Me and Trey Boogie locked in, he threw a lob, I done. Heard the beat and sauced it up, can't nobody go hard as us. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up.
Homie Trey Boogie.
Yes, sir.
EB in the house. Word.
Hey. What's happening, y'all? Hey, this is your big homie, Trey Boogie, and this is Let's Chop It Up. Tonight, it's not an unusual night, but since we didn't do it last week, it was only right that we do it this week, man. And we got all the wrinkles creased out, and I'm happy to be able to do this interview today, man. This brother been supporting me from the first time we met. You know, he been coming to my events, supporting Let's Chop It Up. So listen, allow me to introduce the sub, present the others. None other than my man, Daygo's on EB4REAL.
Yo. Good looking out. Good looking out. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, like I said, it was only right. And I told you earlier, it was only right. We had to make it right, man. You did. We had technical difficulties last week, but this week is on. You know what I'm talking about?
I heard that. You know, things happen. Things happen.
That's right. So let's get into it, man. Let's start it off with tell the folks, you know, who you are, what you do, and where you come from.
Yo, I'm Daygo's own EB4REAL, born and raised here in Daygo, California. You know, families here, people's here. I've always been in Daygo, never been too much anywhere else. You know, trying to support my comedy brand, my merchandise I got rocking. You know, I'm just doing my thing, man. Hopefully to get some support. You know, it's hard to come by here in Daygo, I'm seeing.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But it ain't just Daygo. You know what I mean? I talk to a lot of people from different states, different countries, and I'm starting to see a trend. You know what I mean? Like wherever we are,
Yes.
it's just like that. It's just like that. The crab in the bucket mentality. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? But hopefully one day we may not be here, but hopefully one day things get better for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so. You
But
know, I hope so.
yeah. You know, let's get into it. You know, I want to know when was that moment and when was that moment that you knew you wanted to be a comedian?
You know, I kind of been roasting cats since I was in 5th or 6th grade, and
We
it was
called it
always fun.
we called
What's
it
that?
base. We called it
Yeah, we used
base.
to call it basing, casing, snapping on each other, and it was always fun. You know, walking home, you know, from school, playing the dozens, bagging on your homies, and you know, I was just always good at it. You know, and one thing led to another, and then I started writing some jokes back in 2002, 2003, and I said, man, you know, I can do this. You know, and I told my lady, I said, look, I got a million of them, and I ain't never stopped telling jokes.
That's right. You say you told your lady. I was going to ask you, you know, when you decided you wanted to be a comedian, this is what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Those around you and closest to you take that. Did they inspire you? Encourage you? Did some look down on you? What? How did that process go?
You know, it was just solo dolo, man. You know, I wrote some stuff. I went and did an open mic in 2003. You know, stood outside for 2 3 hours waiting to do my little 3 minute set, but it felt good. You know, when you got the microphone and the spotlight on you, you know, and people were waiting to hear something funny, it's just something that takes over. You like, I can do this. You know, no pressure. You know, because they didn't know me then. So it
Right.
was no pressure if I bombed. I didn't, but it was no pressure. You know, it was only 3 minutes, La Jolla Comedy Store, you know, and from there I worked on my craft, uh, did a bunch of open mics, you know, worked on my material, you know, worked on my timing, and it just fell into place.
So you said 2003. That was the first time you got on
Yes,
stage and
yes,
actually and you wasn't at no little spot. You was at La Jolla, the comedy man.
yeah.
How did they receive you?
They received me real well, but the you know industry has changed since then. Here, you know,
Mm,
here locally, it's you know, and I don't want to sound jaded because that's what I've been accused of sounding jaded, but you know, a lot of the young cats coming up, you know, it's like you can get a job at the big venues. You know, you can be the door guy, you can be the DJ, you can wash dishes, and
right.
as the club will give you stage time. So a lot of these young cats over the years, and I got in trouble about 8 years ago when I spoke out about these young cats getting jobs at the big venues, and you know, and just rotating their partners in and out of the club.
Hmm, hmm. So that got to be hard, you know. I was going to ask you, some of the difficulties it is, you know, being a comedian in San Diego, right? Because like we met, and I appreciate you, when I was doing the Who's Next event, the open mic and comedy, and that event, and you started popping up, and you started doing your thing, and you became a regular there. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you for that. The whole team, on behalf of the whole team, Nimi, you know, DJ Poncho, Vibes. I appreciate you because you was coming in killing it, right? So how is it getting booked? You know what I mean? Like I see a lot of comedians. I got to meet a lot of y'all. You know what I mean? But
Right.
how is with the booking? How does that go? Is it like the artist? You know what I'm saying? Dealing with artists, and there's a lot of bias, a lot of uh, um, teams, politics. Is that going on in the comedy out here in San Diego too?
Most definitely, a lot of favoritism, a lot of clicks. One of the famous comedians spoke out about gatekeepers. They're not going to let you in. And I'm a little older, and I don't have the energy to be out trying to kiss somebody's butt 3 or 4 nights a week and do a 3 minute set. I don't have to come out and do an open mic. I'm headline feature material. And you know what? And that's the problem. They're just gatekeepers in this industry. A lot of these dudes, like I said, they've rubbed elbows with owners and managers and booking, and it's not fair, but comedy is very subjective. My style of funny might not be somebody else's style of funny, but that don't mean I still shouldn't get booked. But it's a lot of ass
Yeah.
kissing. I mean,
So you say your style of comedy. What is your style of, each, just like artists got their own style. Well, now everyone sound the same. But in the comedian field, you say your style of comedy. Explain your style of comedy for the folks that's listening.
I call myself an observational comedian. Things that I see, things that I hear, people I engage with during the day. People always do and say something funny or do something, say something that you're like, no, you didn't just do that. And I can come back to the crib and sit down and write a 3 minute set on that. It's observational. I'm not making fun of nobody. I'm not, this is different from roasting and casing. You can't just go up on stage and start roasting the paying audience. They used to have some dudes like that, stand by
Mm.
the front door, didn't have a set written, but they come in, watch people come in the door, and then when they get up on stage, start clowning on folks. No, you got to have your material written and rehearsed. And the last thing you want to do as a comedian is start making fun of paying audience members. They pay to get in, they buy the drink item, they buy food. Nobody wants to be made fun of.
And it
I don't
and
do the politics and the religion stuff because that's not my strong suit. It's just strictly observational.
that's right. And it could get dangerous. Like you said, they
Oh
buying
yeah.
the
Oh
drinks.
yeah.
I mean, they may be with that special someone. And I went to a Bernie Mac show out here a long time ago, right? And back then, I was with a white girl. I sat in the second row, and he did his whole skit that he did on Kings of Comedy, but he started roasting people,
Oh,
and
see.
he got the roasting me, and for being with a white girl and all this and that, and I had to laugh about it and stuff, but I was ready to knock him out. You know what I'm talking about? I was ready to
Well,
put hands on him.
Well, we as artists, somebody's first experience at a comedy club might be the first and last time they go. Nobody wants to sit in the first and second row and be made fun of, because that's dollars.
Yeah, you
You
pay
want
good
these
money,
people, yeah, you want people to come back. You want their experience at a comedy show to be something that they're going to go home and tell their family and their friends and coworkers about. You want a fan base. You want people to follow you on social media now. That's what's going on. You want followers. You can't get followers and a fan base if you're trying to clown people that paid. You figure that's a $60-$70 night for a couple.
right?
And you want people to always come back and enjoy themselves because I live here in San Diego, and it has been occasion you run into folks
You know, you might not remember them because you on stage. Hey man, I saw you at Madhouse. I saw you at, you know, Comedy Palace. You know, so you want people to say the good things about you.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, you was talking about the basin and you know, people like that. What we just saying, you know, going off on a crowd and this and this and this. What's your process? You know, when you obviously you write, you know, and that's a
Hmm.
lost you know, just like in artists. Everyone wanna once they heard Jay-Z and Lil Wayne just go to the
Yeah.
studio and punch in. I've seen comedians come in and they bombed at my show, right? Because they didn't have real material. They just thought they could come in and just
Hmm.
friends told them they was funny, and they just getting up there and just like disrespecting the room. I had to apologize to people before for that. You know what I mean? What's your process when you get the write in and preparing for a show?
Well, you know, like I said, I've been performing and writing for many years, so I may have 50 jokes written. Well, out of those 50 jokes, maybe 9, 10, 11 are my favorite jokes because it's my stuff. Now, you may have seen me at a show. I might do 3 or 4 of those 9 or 12 jokes, but it's my material. So I have to go with what I feel comfortable with. I'm always prepared, you know, to do a 20-minute, 30-minute, 40-minute set. So that's just how I get into it. You know, I don't change my material based on the venue or the crowd. My material is not just for black folks. My material is a general observational set, and it's funny and it's relatable. It's a relatable topic because everybody has somebody that they've dealt with the way I'm telling the story.
That's right. You know, I appreciate that too. You know, being a fan of comedians and comic, you know, comedy. You know, I used to think, you know, I grew up on the Richard Pryors and the, you know, the Dolomites and the Robin Harris and the Eddie Murphys and had to hide and listen to the material because they had too much cussing and stuff. And then used to go to school and imitate, like I knew Eddie Murphy's, I know all his stand-ups verbatim. The
Hmm.
the the imitations of the Bill Cosby's and the different voices and stuff. I used to do all that, right? I always had a love for comedy. So I appreciate that. And one thing I do appreciate when you know, you did one of the what, 2 weeks ago or
Yeah.
2 shows ago, the live performances, and you killed it. You know, without an audience, you killed it. If you look back at that show and read the comments, folks was like, "Hey, EB4REAL was dope. He was dope." You know what I mean? Had me laughing and stuff. You know what I mean? How is that? You know, I've been on stage as an artist and stuff. You know, DJ and all this type of stuff, and I know how it made me feel when when people showed me love. How is that feeling when you got folks laughing and enjoying themselves while you're up there?
You know, like I said, it's a powerful thing. When you have that microphone in your hand and the stage, the lights is on you, and people are looking up at you, they want to see you, they came to see comedy, you
Mm,
know. And there's a difference between dive bar comedy and a venue comedy. And that's another thing I wanted to touch on because you go to a dive bar, most of those regulars, they don't care what's going on. They want to have a couple of drinks, they want to have some chicken wings. They're going to heckle you, they're going to harass you because they don't care what you up there talking about. And that's
right,
really the hard mix between doing dive bar comedy, whereas you're at a paid venue where people are there to see comedy. So they're going to listen, they're going to be intent, they're waiting to hear that next thing. And I have a 7 to 11 minute thing I do because people disengage. If I can't get your attention, if I lose your attention between 7 seconds and 11 seconds, people detach. They take out their
right,
phone, they start talking to their friends, they're looking around. No. So I have to say something smart and get your attention every 7 seconds, or I'm going to lose you. But that's the difference between dive bar comedy and being at a big comedy venue. Because people who paid to go to comedy, they're going to listen to comedy, and they want to get away from whatever they dealt with. That's what they was. As a comedian, your job to relieve people from their day stresses or what's going on in their personal life. So you have to just engage them.
That's right. You know, I've been seeing you doing your own shows now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I seen you at you had that event at Clean Bees, you had Camel Breath. You know, is it difficult from going to shows, being on a show to doing your own show? What's that
It,
process like?
it is difficult because it seems like, see, even most of the people here, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who's gonna see this event or listen to it, but most of these people here in San Diego, they're open micers. They don't
Mhm.
have 10 minutes, 15 minutes of solid material, and then they expect when you book them to be paid. For how much am I going to get paid? I'm like, well, who's coming to see you? Okay, I paid for the room, I paid for the DJ, I'm paying for the food, and you're telling me how much am I going to get paid? I have book shows, I have promoted shows, I paid DJs, I paid for food, I paid the comedians out of my own pocket before there was one ticket sold.
Right.
I book shows where comedians won't help me promote the show. I've had book shows where not one paying customer came to see those comedians.
Hmm.
So it's a hard toll when people already want to know how much am I going to get paid. Well, who's coming to see you? Are they going to buy a $20 ticket? Are they going to buy two drinks and a food item? Because that's where the revenue comes in. If you're an artist, people have to want to pay to see you.
That's real.
I like I said, I've already paid. I've already done my part, but it's a hard thing to book and promote shows here because then you book a show and then they'll get up and do their set and then they'll leave. And I learned that a long time ago. You wait to the
They
end of
don't
the show. That's just professional courtesy.
exactly.
You don't really
Exactly.
get up there and do your set and leave. You don't know what might have happened at the end of the night. You might have missed out on a golden opportunity because you came up there and did your 10 minutes and then you left. But it's always been just a professional courtesy to stay to the end of the show. And
Yeah, and
don't
that's
double book.
it's a
Go ahead.
networking it's a networking opportunity also. You never know who you
Hmm.
chopping it up and what could come
Right.
from that.
Hmm. But it's hard because, like I said, people always want to know when your book. Well, how much am I going to get paid? Well, I've seen you perform. I'm booking
Mhm.
you so I'll have a variety of people on the show.
And to help you
And
out and to
what
help
was
that
that?
comedian out and to help that
Yeah,
comedian to get them let them gain exposure.
yeah. I've done shows and I've given back money to the promoters. I said, no, I'm trying to establish a business working relationship so that you'll look out for me next time.
Mhm.
But San Diego is what they call a $5 tourist town. You know, there's not a lot of money being passed around here in Daygo. People always,
Unfortunately.
like I always tell people, you can go out to Starbucks 3, 4 times a week and buy coffee, but you won't come out and support one of your homies. That's real. You know,
Yeah.
I got one of my best friends since grade school. We've known each other since we was 5 or 6. Ain't never came out to see me perform.
Yeah, I know that feeling. You know, me being a promoter, doing shows, I've dealt with all that. I dealt with folks wanting to get paid and don't have a following. It's like, what am I paying you for? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I I had even when I did free shows, I had folks trying to, well, how much you gonna pay me? Like you, Kevin Hart or somebody. You know what I mean? Like it just
Right.
doesn't make sense to me when you got all these opportunities. You know, back in our day, we called it paying dues. Now we live in a
Hmm.
microwave society, right? They want everything done like a microwave, real quick. You know what I mean? They don't
Yeah.
want to pay the dues. Everyone feel it's an entitled generation now. You know, you
Oh
were
yeah.
speaking on that, but speak on it some more. I know you deal with all this type of stuff.
Yeah. And even some of our own brothers, they kind of sideways. When I'm looking at social media, and I see brothers booking shows, 4 or 5 shows, and I'm like, okay, I'm here, and y'all don't show me no love because I want to go on stage with a shirt and tie, because you're intimidated because I'm not using the N word, or MF this or MF that, you know, and oh, he ain't funny. Well, yeah, because the comedy scene is very subjective. So it's a lot of brothers that won't say other brothers is funny. I'm not clowning anybody. What I say in the car on the ride home with my lady is a conversation between me and my lady. But I'm never going to disrespect nobody, because you never know. You never know who's listening, who's watching, who saw you leave the show early. And it's just, like I said, I know everybody, but they expect me to come support their shows and hang out till 11 o'clock on a Tuesday or Wednesday. And I don't have the energy to do that. I started going out this year and trying to meet some promoters. I went to a show in January, met the promoter, gave him a couple of business cards, haven't heard from him since. So, I mean, and like I said, I never say who's funny, who's not funny, I'm funny. It's subjective. Everybody's style is different. I'm not loud, I'm not raunchy, I'm not vulgar, I'm not using the N word, and if I can do my set without some profanity, because that I don't market myself as a clean comedian, but that's what it is. It's observational, clean content, and it's relatable to everybody. But it's frustrating. Those are some of the challenges. One of the dudes spoke up about gatekeepers. Yes, there are definitely gatekeepers here in San Diego on the comedy scene. I'm gonna just say it, and I enjoy performing. I have a passion for it. But you know what? It doesn't change my lifestyle if I never perform in San Diego again. It won't change me. I'll still be able to eat. I'll still be able to put gas in my car. It doesn't matter. But when these young guys have gotten jobs at the venues and are buddies, and you look at their flyers and it's just a rotation of the same cats, with the one girl with the big breasts. I'm gonna just say it. There's always that one, like, okay, I've seen her.
Yeah.
Okay. She's drunk, she's obnoxious, and she's loud. But because she top heavy, she getting booked.
I see that, and the gatekeeper thing. When I started, it was called Comedy and More, right? And I had some haters. I didn't even know I had haters, like in the comedy realm. Like, wait a minute, I'm just trying to provide another door for somebody to come in and do what they want to do. You know what I mean? So I feel you on all that, and that rotation of the same comedians, because I see them flyers too. And it's just like when the hip hop shows, it's the same artists all the time. You know what I mean? And the Who's Next event, I try to keep it different each show. Who I book. Open mic is open mic, but who I booked, I try to keep it different to keep the show fresh and rolling. And we'll be back soon, y'all. If you just know Who's Next, will be coming back soon. But yeah, so I feel all that, you know what I mean? And you talking straight facts right now, you know what I mean? What I want to do, we're going to do a quick video. We'll be back in 2 minutes and 50 seconds, y'all. And when we come back on the other end of it, we're going to talk about what my man EB4REAL got going on and what's coming up next, plus his brand and his merchandise. So we'll be right back.
Good looking out.
Hey, miss a little better than your nigga. I put that shit on. Red. Turn me up a little bit. Shot wide in, oh my god. Jiggle in the shade when you slide on top. Got a brand new lace, oh girl you slay. Pussy kinda sweet like creme brulee. And I hate to see you walk away, but I love the view when you walk away. You my Grammy boy, you can swing my way. If I bet it out, we can still ball. Ain't no need to talk, no, you ain't gotta stay. the conversations. It could be so easy, we don't need to complicate it. They compile everything in the red compilations. This that meet me at the top floor. This that Leo car with the valet. This that on your toes doing ballet. This that body with your mom made. Ooh, sensational, girl, I gotta break you out. Feeling like it's New Year's Eve when they drop the ball. Ooh, hey, baby, you can sing a sweet moan just for me, baby. High tide in the rain, come from me, say ooh, 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 yeah. Red bottoms or some Jimmy Choo's, yeah. Don't matter to me long as you gon' choose, yeah. This the only thing that you gon' wear tonight. Oh my God, jiggle and shake when you slide on top. Got a brand new leg, so girl you slay. Pussy kinda sweet like creme brulee. And I hate to see you walk away, but I love you when you walk away. You're my Remy boy, you can swing my way. If I bet it out, we can still parlay. Steamy showers, foggy mirrors, yeah. Lipstick stains and bad decisions, yeah. My type get the boss Cinderella, yeah. Yeah. We could go one-on-one if you do mine too. 3 rounds in, who gon' fall on you? Origami mommy with a title do in the bed frame week tonight. We got a situation screaming, yeah, yeah. Close the door and pull in your hair. Yes, we kiss, but I ain't gon' tell. Had a bed frame week tonight. Oh my God, jiggle and shake when you slide on top. Got a brand new leg, so girl you slay. Pussy kinda sweet like creme brulee. And I hate to see you walk away, but I love you when you walk away. You're my Remy boy, you can swing my way. If I bet it out, we can still parlay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I gotta, shameless plug. You know, I gotta plug my artists in there. You know what I mean? So big up the red, big up the red. But back with EB4REAL. So your brand can't go without talking about your brand and your merchandise. Tell us about what you got going on with that and how they could get it.
EB4REAL came out of the initials of my first and last name, and for real is just because I'm real. What you heard in this interview is just real, unadulterated facts about the comedy scene here in San Diego. So I'm just keeping it real. Some may like it, some may not like it. That's just keeping it real. So what happened? The merchandise started about 9 years ago. I did a show, and the lady asked me, did I have any giveaways? And I had never thought about giveaways, CDs, T-shirts, and I had never done that merchandising. So I got some ink, got me a little ink, and I decided to put my logo on the back of the shirt. So what happened from there is, some of the key phrases I used to use or I still use, word, you feel me, I had those put on the shirt. So that's just the brand, the merchandise. So T-shirts turned into beanies, beanies turned into bucket hats turned into hoodies, and then hoodies turned into keychain. And I have to say, we do really well, just off the merchandise itself. It's a shame that, again, I have partners. When I see them, they got every other name brand article on, but when they come to buy my stuff, they always asking for some colors. They know, like, look, we did market research. Red, white, blue, black, charcoal gray, burgundy is what sells on the West Coast. Greens, gold sell on the East Coast. So I have a couple of partners that always ask me for some stuff that they know. I was like, if you ain't gonna buy it, don't buy it. But don't ask me for something that you know what I have. So we've done really well. I'm going to do some street fairs, some farmers markets this spring and summer. I got my banner kicking up, and hopefully we be able to move some merchandise. And it's like I gave away probably close to 2,000 units of free stuff. I don't have to give stuff away free. You shouldn't ask me for anything free. If I cop you something, I'm going to cop you something. But don't ask for free stuff. Don't ask me for a discount, because that stuff costs me money. It costs my business money, and I'm not going to go into dollars and cents, but it's not free. Some little honey hit me up on social media a couple years back, wanted to know if she can model my stuff. Well, first off, okay, so you have a slim waist and a big booty, but no, you're not getting my stuff for free. I don't know you.
Buy
I
it.
let my lady wear my stuff for free. You
Right,
not
right,
wearing it for free. So
right.
there it is. That's what happens. We always talk about the support factor. It's a damn shame when this is kind of off topic, but it is too when you get the sisters letting those beauty salon people treat them bad and follow them around the store. Then you go up to the counter and the dude snatching stuff out your hand and putting your change down on the counter. But you sisters will continue to support them shops. And I'm not gonna, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna name them by race, but you guys will continue to buy that synthetic hair from some of them shops and be treated poorly. I told somebody, I said, I can probably get the same synthetic hair that them dudes are selling and put it in the trunk of my car and sit right in front of the business. They probably would walk past me rather than
Oh, yeah.
support a black business and let that man treat them foul.
That's
I do
just
with the
fact.
same stuff.
That's a bar right there. That's real. That's real. Unfortunately, that's real. That's how it go. A stranger will support you more than the ones that's close to you.
I've heard that so often.
It's a
So
fact.
often.
I got my own merchandise. I tell artists all the time, like, especially if you gotta dealing with artists, hip hop heads and R&B singers, coming up, you gotta what they call pay to play, right? But we call it paying dues. But if you gotta pay $200 or whatever to perform at this event, the way you make your money is having your merchandise. You have your
Mm-hmm.
CD, your shirts, your hats, your this and this. You know what I mean? And that's how you make your money. But it's like I said, a microwave society, entitled society. They're not getting that. You know what I mean? It's just business 101.
Mm-hmm. Trey, where your keychain at?
I have it. I was gonna say, I was about to say I got the keychain. I should have gave you one of mine. I got keychains, hats, sweatsuits, everything. But I never once, when I did my shows, me or my boy Shout Body, big up the Shout Body, big up the Young Gods and OGs and Young Gods podcast, big up to Hood Hierarchy Mobcast, my man Uncle Beats and Shout Body. Me and Shout Body never set up a table, never set up a booth and sold our own stuff. I would put other people in play and let them put their booth, get a booth to sell their stuff. You
Right.
know what I mean? And I've done over 100 shows. You know what I mean? And never sold my own stuff. Now, what I would do while if my artist was performing that night, I'm throwing out like 5 shirts, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
With keychains in it, maybe a flash drive with the artist music in it. It's just all promotion. And that's
Right.
all it's about. I mean, if nobody know about you, how they gonna know about you?
Right. So, I don't sell my stuff online anymore because they were charging me a surcharge. So you got to go on my website or my Instagram, comedy real
Comedy
47 is
Real,
my IG.
it's right there on the bottom, y'all. Comedy Real 47. It's
So
it's on the ticker.
and if we don't move it, it'll move. It'll move. But the days of trying to get people to buy your stuff and force them on, it'll move. It's gonna move. Like I said, I got my banners. I'm getting my dummies and the head mannequins ready for the summer. We're gonna do some tree fairs and farmers market. We're gonna be out this summer.
Let me know. Let me know when you're ready, because that's Boogie's Flavor. That's how we started. I was out there in OB, setting up my pop-up, setting up my tables, and eventually I ended up getting my mannequins and buying
Yes.
more and more stuff. Like I ain't been out in a while. I was going to the Soul Swap Meet. Big up to the Soul Swap Meet. To get down out there. You know what I mean? And I pop up everywhere. I was one of the only brothers in the clubs downtown setting up. A lot of times there was no money made,
Yeah,
but by me giving away 1 or 2 shirts, that was bringing business. That was
right.
bringing people to the website. You know, like I said, business 101. And I see you doing it and keep doing it. Let them know how to get your merchandise. And then
Like,
I want to know what you got coming up because you always doing something.
yeah, well, they can get the merchandise. They can contact me on IG at Comedy Real 47. It's up there. And you know what? I've been laying low. You know, like I said, I got a couple of streams of income, so I'm not grinding. You know, I'm not too old, but I don't have the energy to be out. You know, work a day job. I got a couple of side hustles. I got a passive income business. So look, if I get booked, I get booked. If I don't get booked, I'm at the crib chilling. You know, working on material, rewriting. You know, what I wrote 2 years. Like I said, I got 50 jokes and I rewrite and revisit and revise them. You know, I'm always ready. You know, I go to a show, maybe somebody don't show up. They say, "Hey, EB, you want to go up?" I say, "I go up." But you know, like I said, it's my passion. You know, hopefully, you know, there'll be a place for me. But if not, at the same time, I'm good.
Real talk, real talk, real talk. What you got coming up? You still at Camel Breath?
You know
You know,
what?
we
I haven't heard.
we
You know,
used to
we
call
did
it camel toe, but you know, I gotta stop myself from saying camel toe. You know, it's camel breath.
I don't even know if they use the camel's breath anymore. You know what? I haven't heard from them. We did a couple of things last year, and I had asked the lady because one of the comedy dudes wanted to do a show there, and I asked her, and I never heard back. See, that's another thing. You know, you reaching out to people, they don't hit you back. You know, and anymore, it's not a phone call. It's an email. It's a text message. It's a face to face. So you know what? I just been laying low. I went to a couple of shows a couple of weekends back at the Hearth House, at the Galley, and at the Marina. You know, they showed me some love. So we, you know, spring, summer, getting ready to. Hopefully, I hear from some people. You know, so I'm just laying low, pushing merchandise. You know, working the day grind. You know, got my passive income jumping off. So I'm straight. You know.
Well, you know, we got some things in the work. You know, like I told you before. You know, I have a meeting Friday with another artist, probably about to bring him on the team. And once I have the whole team together, you know, hey, I'm letting y'all know out there, we going to be doing some shows again. You know, EB4REAL going to be bringing the comedy to get y'all warmed up for the artists. And we going to make this a thing, and we going to travel with it, and we going to do our thing. Hey, family, is there anything we didn't touch on that you wanted to touch on before we go? And also give your shout outs that you want to give out, and let them know how to follow you again before we close, man.
You know, it's you know, people still using Facebook, so it's Facebook Eric Brown. I never tell people my government name. Uh, IG is Comedy Real 47. The website EB4REALcomedy.com. Um, like I said, I'm a little older, so I get lazy with the social media and the internet sometimes. You know, they've always told me I'm not using it to my best benefit, so I know I'm kind of lacking in that point. But you know what? People know me. You know, I can go to any venue and they know who I am. They just not showing me no love, so that's cool. Um, I'm, people accuse me of being jaded, meaning, you know, I'm talking bad about an industry that I'm in, but these are just real facts. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like hearing the real facts. But that's my social media stuff. I got my merch. I do have a website for the merch. It's I think it's ebmerch.com. It's on Instagram, but the main page is Comedy Real 47. Follow me, show me some support. You know, if you know some people out there, let them know I'm still around. You know, I just don't have the energy sometimes to be chasing, you know, and going to shows 3, 4, 5 nights a week. You know, I'm you know, you see my stuff, just book a brother and show me some love.
Appreciate that, man. Hey, you know, I know some folks, so I'm gonna make some phone calls too and try to see what I could do. Because as far as I'm concerned, you know, you part of the team now, so I'm gonna see what I could do to get you booked in some shows. You know what I mean? In some different areas. So we'll, you know, we already talked, so we're gonna be chopping it up. I just want to say I appreciate you. I'm glad we were able to do this show. Keep being you, keep doing you, and hey, we going to the top. EB4REAL.
Yeah, good looking out. I appreciate your time, Trey Boogie. You know, we'll be in touch. You know, I ain't but a phone call away. You got all my socials. I got all your socials. Thank you for having me on. Again, it's Comedy Real 47 on IG. I guess that's the main thing, you know, the kids tell me. So that's where I'm at. That's where you can find me. EB4REAL is out.
We old school. You got my number, so you dig?
Yeah.
I appreciate you, family. Hey, EB4REAL, let's give it up for him one more time. It's your big homie, Trey Boogie. This is Let's Chop It Up. I'll see y'all Thursday. I'll holla.
F&G shit. F&G shit.
Your big homie, Trey Boogie.
We slide. Sliding in the rentals, trying to run the milli up. In the southeast, Trey Boogie been a plug. Rubber bands on the blues, hella panoramic views. If you get into it with the squad, you can never lose. It's on the flow like Yellow Rider. I got your vibe on her toes like nail polish. In the city, we get respected from everybody. You about to pull up on Trey Boogie, now let's chop. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. Got it wet as not a cut. Ain't worried about what nobody else got, cause I got it done. Me and Trey Boogie locked in, he threw a lob, I done. Heard the beat and sauced it up, can't nobody go hard as us. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up.